Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
All right, first up, Mark Hamill. He did an extensive interview just recently. He was promoting his upcoming film, The Machine. And with such an extensive interview with Esquire, it was obviously impossible for Star Wars not to come up.
Do you think he's ever done an interview?
Hamill, Star Wars.
Do you think he's ever done an interview in his entire life where nobody asked him about Star Wars?
Maybe before.
Even then, they're like, what do you think about maybe being in a film called Star Wars someday?
I'm sure that's what he was thinking.
I'm sure it wasn't.
Hamill comments on a few items, most notably about the possibility of exploring Luke Skywalker's adventure in the New Republic era, his possible involvement in the upcoming New Jedi Order movie starring Daisy Ridley was also brought up. Following the success of young Luke in Book of Boba Fett, there was talk online about exploring young Luke Skywalker with Mark Hamill de-aged, possibly. I would love to see more of him during that time. Sure. I mean, he's prime Luke right there.
Yeah, I mean, the reaction, that's probably the biggest moment so far in Disney Star Wars was end of Season 2, Mandalorian, Luke coming back.
The actor addressed as much in the interview, saying that if Lucasfilm was interested in that story, they should definitely recast the part with a younger actor.
Fair enough.
He says, people say, oh, you're just going to be able to do a whole series of Luke post Return of the Jedi. I say, I don't think so. First of all, they don't need to tell these stories, but if they do, they could get an age-appropriate actor.
Not the answer maybe some were looking for there.
No.
But I mean, he's like 70 years old. I mean, it's not like he can just, go in there and be 30-year-old Luke Skywalker.
Right. It would be more than just de-aging.
Yes.
They need a younger actor.
No, they would need to de-age him, but I don't mean technology-wise. I mean, like, the actual actor.
He'd have to go back in time.
Yeah, they would literally need to de-age him to be able to be 30-year-old Luke again.
Right. Well, when they went on kind of following that train of thought to potential future cinematic involvement with Lucasfilm, the topic, of course, of Charmaine Obaidi-Chinoy's upcoming Star Wars movie was brought up. We know that the story is supposed to take place like 16 years after Luke has passed away, but they did bring him back as a Force ghost in Rise of Skywalker, so there's, of course, room to just do that again.
Sure.
Yeah, so as Rey tries to rebuild the Jedi Order, possibly could Luke show up as a Force ghost? And they asked Hamill, and he was characteristically tight-lipped. He says, one thing you learn working for Lucasfilm, everything is confidential. So if I were involved, I wouldn't be able to tell you. And if I were not involved, I wouldn't be able to tell you. So I don't know. We'll all find out together, I guess.
He's going to be in there.
It's hard to say. I mean, we can't rule him out for sure, because Liam Neeson swore up and down he wasn't in Obi-Wan, and Lars Mikkelsen said the same about Ahsoka.
Well,
Liars.
We've heard Kennedy say that she basically doesn't think that's going to be a big part of it, bringing in Luke and having it kind of be a tag team of a rebuilding. But
it'd be one thing if Luke was alive.
It's already bad enough that Luke failed to build the Order and Rey is now going to do it. So to not have Luke as a Force ghost in there when you could to help in some way, I think that's just another slap to the face of the character. And the fans who wanted him to rebuild the Order.
You mean like most fans?
Yeah, I think
wanted Luke, who thought that was what Luke was going to do. Not that he would rebuild the Order, go kind of apeshit on his nephew, and then tear it all down and burn it to dust.
Language.
Okay,
but yes,
Captain America.
I knew that's why I did it. But yeah, I don't think anybody predicted that's what would happen.
No.
I mean, it'd been one thing if Luke rebuilt the Order and Kylo or Ben burns it down and Luke, wants to rebuild it. He doesn't give up. I think that could have been an interesting story. Mm-hmm. Or if he was discouraged. But the whole, I'm giving up and want to die, and I sought out the first Jedi Temple to do all that, seems a little odd. Doesn't seem to all mesh very well.
I mean, Kathleen Kennedy has warned us, though, not to expect many Force ghosts or flashbacks in the upcoming movie. But again, what does that actually mean?
I mean, it's funny. What's really weird about that is that she knows, but by even saying that, or, I mean, she may have been asked
Well, the script is supposed to be done.
Yeah, but my point is, she understands that that's what people want. I mean, isn't that obvious? If she gets asked that question, if she was ready to answer it, then she knows people want flashbacks and Luke. Yet we still have this, we don't want to give you what you want.
No, it'd be pandering.
Yeah, a little bit of pandering can be good sometimes. Like, you don't want to be... No, I'm serious. You don't want to be heavily pandered to, like...
I know.
But you want to be recognized. You want the stories, more or less that you want. Everybody wants the story of Luke Skywalker being the hero again. I mean, maybe not after what they did with him, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
Absolutely.
It's so strange that she answers the question that way. Like, nah, we know that's what you actually want, but we're going to give you Rey. She's going to do it by herself. It's going to be great.
Gonna be great.
Yep.
All right. We'll move on to the next story then, because I feel like you could talk about that for like an hour.
Yeah.
Rosario Dawson, she did an interview talking about how the spirit of Ashley Eckstein's Ahsoka lives on in her version of Ahsoka.
She makes it sound like Ashley's dead. Is there some kind of secret Dave's been keeping for years?
She's just saying, how she's playing the character, trying to pay attention and respect the original work of Ashley Eckstein. Makes sense. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Ashley voiced Ahsoka Tano in 2008 in the Clone Wars movie, then followed through with that in Rebels, followed through with that in Tales of the Jedi. She's been the voice of Ahsoka in every animated project.
See, in this case, you absolutely have to go back. Like, I can partially understand, say, the Grand Inquisitor, one season, a few episodes of Rebels, that you don't try to, like, completely mimic that or really study that, because it's not like that was a huge thing, but Ashley Eckstein has been Ahsoka for over a decade in many different times in her life, so to not go back and try to study it and mimic that on some level would be a huge mistake.
She said she was like making sure she went back, she was emphasizing how important Eckstein's vocal performance provided as a template to follow. She said, you have this volume and work and performance to go back to, and these memories and reflections in the Clone Wars and Rebels with the work that Ashley did. We got to watch her grow and develop and see the heart and the energy and the passion and love that Ashley has brought to this character. That's important.
Yeah, like I was just saying, like, she played the character for decades. It's something you have to incorporate in there, otherwise you're not gonna...
Well, and she developed a huge fan following as the character as well, and all the other things she does for the fandom.
Yeah, her universe. She started her own clothing line. And...
Yeah, so that lady geeks like myself...
Yeah, you have some of her.
I do have some of her.
Her universe in Narcolasset upstairs.
It's nice because way back when she founded her universe, as a girl enjoying geekier things, Doctor Who, Harry Potter, lots of geeky things in general, Marvel, their clothesline, there wasn't really one that existed. Like, if I wanted to find a cool Star Wars shirt, I went to the boys section. I had to look around there, but they weren't cut for a female form.
Hey, I gave you that Thor shirt that I accidentally ordered in boy size.
Yes, you did.
Now you have a Thor t-shirt.
Yes, but it was nice because she made things that I could wear, and they were cut to fit a female.
Yes.
It's nice. It's just nice to not have to walk over to the guys section to look for clothes just because I wanted to have some geeky fandom stuff. So I applauded her for that. She goes on to do like the Mindful Matters YouTube videos through Disney Star Wars, which are really cute, and they're kind of things that kids can do to connect with the environment. Put away your phone, you connect with the environment.
What?
I know.
How is a child
meditation,
supposed to survive
things to help you relax and be calm. Things that are good. She's done cookbooks. It's just nice. She's a big part of the community, and I'm glad she's going to get some sort of recognition in the show.
Absolutely.
Just because Rosario Dawson is trying as best she can to honor her performance.
I mean, it's got to be a little awkward, right, to take this character that has belonged to her, again, for so long.
Right. I mean, she might have been heartbroken. I mean, they're like, hey, bo-katan, we're going to bring you on over. Katie, get in here.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's, hey, Thrawn, you a voice actor. You get on in here. Ashley Eckstein, nah.
You're done.
I'm sorry. You don't exactly look the part or something.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
Not really, to be honest.
No, not really. But Lars Mikkelson's not blue. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But
are we sure of that? What if what's been the other way all around?
No.
That he's been actually painting his face normal to cover up the blue. So he's like, because we just did the story, like Filoni called him, he's like, absolutely, I'm in. He's like, because now I don't have to cover up my blue skin anymore.
Like, I spent 0 time in the makeup chair.
Yeah, it had to be hours every day. No, actually,
really quick.
The opposite now. I used to have to spend hours in the chair. Now I don't have to do it at all. I just walk on set, I'm good to go. Blue skin and all.
Well, Eckstein did get to visit the Ahsoka set as an observer. And Rosario Dawson says it was absolutely remarkable to have her on set. They were like besides themselves. She came in and you could just see it in her eyes. It's very similar to the look in Dave Filoni's eyes. These are people who have been working in dark rooms with microphones and these animated characters for so long, and to see it three-dimensionally is pretty wild. And to have her energy there and her blessing on this show is everything, because she is so much a part of the show.
So I'm just reminded of the story of Dave Filoni crying after one of the episodes. It's cool. It's fun. I'm not trying to, I don't say that to mock him or belittle or anything. That's kind of touching, actually.
What's interesting is having Eckstein come to the set. I really feel like she has to be in here, in the show somewhere. I know she said she was hoping maybe I'll be in season 2 at some point.
She can't say anything. We just did the Luke.
Like I said, if they do flashbacks or time travel,
you need her voice.
She could provide the voice or even be a younger version of herself.
That could be cool.
Right. I'm saying if they do a flashback, why not have Ashley play younger Ahsoka?
If I were a bet man, there's a flashback where she is playing Ahsoka, or at the very least voicing her. We're gonna get that.
She has to.
Yeah, we're gonna get that young Ahsoka voice in there. And granted, it's not like that young because she does play in Rebels too when she's a little older. So.
But I still feel like she needs to be a part of this. This was her character for so long, and she's such a devout Star Wars community member.
Yeah, there's no way Dave doesn't give her a part or something. Mm-hmm. Come on now.
I mean, Dawson says that she religiously watches these episodes over and over again as homework. She says it's like the easiest homework in the world. In the inflection of the voice and the heart and the love and just the commitment over so many years. I mean, she's a true believer, and I think that heart just lives on in this story. So it's exciting, and she does her best, Rosario does her best. She wants to honor the original character and the performance and really give us the best performance she can. I can't wait to see where it goes.
I'm excited.
I felt like she had the tones and stuff really well done in The Mandalorian. She got the
mannerisms too. She does
have a lot of it there.
She's clearly trying the best she can to kind of capture
this character.
Way. Yes, and I think she does a good job. Granted, we've had a limited test screening, if you will, but I think she's going to do well. I mean, it's not going to be perfect.
No,
we shouldn't expect perfect, but I think she's going to give us the best performance she can. And if Ashley approves, then who are we to disapprove?
Give that girl a cupcake.
You're talking about her book.
Yes. I have her biography.
You do, and you read it. And
I read it, and she said, when you get sad, just have a cupcake.
Maybe not the best advice.
Not always, but...
Yeah, maybe don't. If you don't have... Hopefully you don't have like a bad day all the time, so you don't eat a cupcake every day. But like once in a while.
Once in a while, you know what? Sometimes a cupcake could just bring your day around.
Yes.
Especially if it's an Ahsoka cupcake. Would be so cute. Sorry, I'm done.
Yeah, here we go again. It's you today that's kind of getting us off topic.
I'm done.
All right, well, if you're done, then we're done. So that's all we got for you this time. So take to the comments below and tell us what you think of any and all of today's news, and let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.